Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
All good?
Yeah.
Very
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell me about what course you're on? How did you find the application process of applying to the University of Chester? Did you use an agent? Did you work with the international officer? Anything like that?
I did get in contact with the Malaysian representative in the university, Zul. And from there, he gave me all the information. Going through the CAS process, it was just really smooth for me, because they laid out all the information, so I knew what to submit. What about you guys?
What I do is I contacted Zoe, which is the first final contact for university, and he always replied very patiently, I think mostly on time. He tries as much as he can reply.
No, I was sending him essays, and he was just replying back to me.
Yeah. He's very good as well. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't use an agent. I applied myself. It was like me and my mom looking for universities, and we found Chester. And I emailed the university, and they sent me Zul's contact as well, the representative for Southeast Asia.
Why did you choose Chester?
For me, it's two reasons, actually. One was because I previously visited Chester, the town itself.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, I kind of fell in love with the historical sites and all. I went into the church and it was just awesome. The second reason is because my partner is a local and he lives in North Wales. So he suggested,
It's very close.
sort of like a
Yeah.
20-minute drive. Yeah, that's why I came here. What about you?
It has a very vibrant areas, sort of river and historical sites, like she said, like Yuki said.
The Roman walls and
Yeah.
all, really cool.
And it's just in between of two big cities of the UK. So it's we are the international students. So I think it's very important for us to find the affordable university that also offer great courses as well.
Oh my God!
So, yeah.
Speaking of which, the scholarship that they gave
Yeah,
to
yeah,
international
it's a lot,
students
actually.
helped a lot,
Yeah.
honestly.
The course that I studied medical science was only offered by 18 universities in the whole UK. So it's it's not very easy to do medical science in the UK, but that's why all of my standards are on this university, on this city. So that's why I chose this one.
What about you,
What about
Dallas?
You said you visited Chester, right? With,
Yeah.
your partner. Me and my mom visited Chester on Google Maps. Yeah, and I said before we were looking for universities, and Chester was one of the cheapest, and
Yeah.
they did provide a really good scholarship for international students, and that's one of the big reasons why. And we were looking at Chester on Google Maps using the drop down, and you can walk around. And my dad really liked Chester, and I don't really like really big cities because I grew up in one.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
too
traffic
noisy,
and-
too many things
it's
going on.
Very, very busy.
Oh, and one thing, Chester is really, really safe. Even at night, you can walk
It
along.
does feel safe.
So, how are you finding your experience so far at the university? Is there anything that stood out for you? Any highlights?
I would say the facilities stand out to me because I've experienced other university facilities back in my own country and in other universities in the UK. And honestly, the library here is just wonderful. Seabourn Library is one of the best ones I've been to. With all the facilities, it's just great for me. Yeah.
I lived in the library for 3 weeks during the exam period. Yeah.
Like Yuki said, the facilities are very good as well. And I also think there are so many services that support you, starting from mental health or business.
Or even the careers and employability.
Yeah.
I appreciate that one.
There are so many things, you name it, career services and things like that. So, yeah, what about you?
Have you tried they do free sports activities on Monday and
Yeah.
stuff?
I always see it.
I joined badminton and then basketball and made a couple friends there. It was really nice.
And have you made friends on your course? And have you settled in well? How do you feel at home in Chester?
Yeah, definitely. I think also because, as I mentioned, I came here because of my partner, so I'm staying with him and his family. And honestly, it's a very great insight into British culture because it's just really different, from back home itself, the way they have dinners as well. Everybody has an individual plate, but back home we just lay it all on the table and we just share. I'm not sure about both of you, but we don't really do individual plates and all. So that was like really interesting.
You have like the big pot in the middle.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
everyone takes-
Exactly. Yeah. So coming here, people were really friendly because a lot of my classmates are international students as well. So we were able to connect that way because most of us were kind of like first timers in the UK.
Because of the university classes and the activities that I do, I've got so many friends.
Oh,
and
that's
that's
good.
very important when you move abroad, because otherwise you might be lonely because you don't have you don't usually have family here.
I did come late for my first year, and everyone had their own groups already, but they were so nice that I was like bouncing around everyone and made groups with all of their friends, and that made me feel really included. So most of my classmates are English, and there's like
Was it
maybe
easy
3,
to
4
make friends with them?
international. Yeah, they were really nice.
Okay.
And now I've got my own like really close study group, like Paing was talking about, and that's I feel like it's really nice
Really
away
good
from
friends.
home. Yeah.
Paing and Yuki, you mentioned sort of part-time work, I think, and things you do outside of work. I don't know if you know them as well, Dallas, but
Yeah.
what sort of extracurricular activities, sort of in terms of work, you get involved in? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so like earlier when we were talking, I'm actually a volunteer student race advocate for the university, but I also have a part-time job with the Research and Innovation Office, RIO. So RIO handles events like TEDx UO Chester or even the Showcase of Undergraduate Research Exchange, and I had the opportunity to actually get involved with that, like working with Alex, my manager Hannah Perkins. Student Race Advocates itself, I got to work with so many international students as well. I made lots of friends from there. And yeah, just getting to know how we are able to spread more equality, like inclusion and all that was just a passion of mine. So it interlinked.
Yeah. So in terms of part-time job, I've recently got offer from the International Center of University for the student recruitment part. So yeah, it is really interesting because as I'm an international student, I really would like to help students around the world to make their process as smooth as we can. So yeah, so in the future, if you see me in the international center team, or don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'll always answer your questions, and I'm patient.
Represent.
I work part-time at a restaurant. I'm a waiter, and that's helped me gain a lot of skills as well that I could apply in regular life and in industry later as well. Yeah.
Honestly, lots of life skills we're getting here.
Yeah, a lot. You should see me before. The baby. Oh, you don't want to know.
I think the best thing that I can think of is the fact that I actually was able to apply what I was learning in the class. Because in my course itself, there was a lot of critical analysis and everything, and I noticed that I was able to actually take what I've been learning into what I'm working right now, because I work part-time for the university, and putting that sort of marketing skills and all that into this was interesting because I wasn't thinking actually when I started doing the work. I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. Then I look back at my assignments, I'm like, oh, okay.
I know how to do this.
It's like, I know how to do this, yay.
So the thing that I like most about my course is that so medical science is different to biomedical science. It's just a tip. So how it's different is biomedical science focuses on lab, but medical science focuses on the clinical parts. So our university Chester also got like the simulation of a clinic. So we have to go physically to that building, and we have to there are fake patients and fake
Oh,
families
that's
and
cool.
things like that.
Did you ever do placements and all as well?
Yeah, not really placement, but it make you really feel like a doctor,
Yeah.
a nurse,
Like
or like
actual simulation of going through the
It feels
thing.
like you're actually in a hospital. Doesn't it?
That's right. And even the hallway is like the real hospital. Like
Really?
when I arrived there for the first time, I was talking to my module leader, Dr. Karanai, and also my friends that, oh, this really looks like the hospital, like all of the lights, all of the hallways, all of
The smell, the sterile smell.
Yeah, so
Smell of latex.
yeah, it really makes you motivated and to engage more in your studies. I like most of that.
Yeah, that's cool. I also experienced something similar where in our first year we had like almost field trips, so it made me feel like we were back in high school. We went to like a pilot plant of like water treatment, and that was really cool to me because like I studied chemical engineering, and then we get to see the whole process of how to treat water and like
Like you got to get involved, you get to see them like put chemicals
in the
all
control
So
room.
it's like you have to go to the different factories.
We had like 2 sessions where one part was more of the computer analysis part in the control room, and then the other part was like on the site, on the actual site, and looking at the actual reactors and pipes and stuff like that.
So
that was really cool.
what you learned in the class, you actually see them
Yeah.
really putting in the
Doing it,
work
yeah.
and all. Oh, that's
That
so
was
cool.
really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. So, what skills do you think you've gained on your course that you can use in the future?
Time management.
Oh yeah.
Time
Oh, yeah.
management and
Yeah.
patience. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
2 things that I think I really am getting a good grasp at.
I think time management is also one of the most important skills that we've got from here, because like I honestly I used to procrastinate a lot.
Same.
It's all of us.
But we couldn't do that anymore. Like there are
Like
deadlines.
there's like deadlines, assignments,
And-
projects.
and the other thing is like it's not the same as our as our home country because we are in abroad. So
And we have a lot of exams
Yeah.
back home, right?
and the endurance of the stress is important
Oh, yeah.
because like I meant, well, studying is, if you're interested in it, is very good, but anyways sometimes all of the people, like even if I'm very interested in studying, sometimes you might get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's important to seek out for help from the university services as well.
For me, it's time management is a big part. I think teamwork as well, and I think throughout the years I've grown to be more confident and like get out of
Outgoing?
my shell.
Yeah.
Get out of my comfort zone more, and that has led me to many opportunities such as this one.
Yeah, I think one thing that I can agree with is because when you're by yourself, you come out as an international student, you don't really know anyone.
Yeah, it's
and
very
you need to make that effort to just
scared.
come out of your shell and just be not alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. I don't think I've got any more questions. So,
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
very
We're,
good.
we're
Thank
just,
you very much.
we're just, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get it. Dive in.